Okay, so let's begin the first of our two practices today. So I invite you to find a comfortable, supported posture, whichever feels right for you in this moment. Could be seated, lying down, whichever you prefer. And we're just going to take a few moments we're going to have a grounding practice to begin and take some time to allow the mind and the body to settle away from whatever it is we've been doing today before coming together for this practice. So just taking some time to really feel the body begin to settle. Maybe by feeling through the pressure points, wherever your body's resting against the surface beneath. Maybe taking a gentle scan through the body and sensing into all those areas where the ground is coming up to meet you. So the pressure against the soles of your feet, maybe, or the backs of your heels. Maybe your sit bones, whether you're sitting or lying down, just feeling that pressure of the body resting through the sit bones and into the chair or the cushion. And scanning up through the length of the spine, up to the shoulders. Noticing if you're resting against another surface, or if you're not, just sensing into maybe sensation of clothing against the skin. Feeling the arms hanging heavy out of your shoulders. As we're scanning through the body, just allowing the mind to use these sensations as an anchor to begin to settle alongside it. It might feel like your thoughts are very busy and coming thick and fast, and that's okay. Just acknowledging that they're there and returning over and over to the sensations in the body as many times as you have to. Noticing where the hands are resting and whether they're touching each other or resting separately against the body or a cushion. And maybe noticing the head, whether the head is resting against another surface or whether it's being fully supported by the neck and shoulders. And taking a moment now to sense into the whole of the body, feeling the weight of the body. And maybe over the next 2 or 3 exhales of the breath, just seeing if you can let the weight of the body sink a little deeper into the surface beneath you. Really giving up to gravity and allowing the body to rest. And as we move further into this grounding practice, the invitation is to allow your awareness to be wide open for the next few minutes, and to allow all the anchors that are available to us to appear on their own. So that might be bodily sensations, the movement of the breath in the body or through the nostrils, or maybe sounds going on around you right now. Just allowing yourself to choose your anchor from what's available in this moment right now. Noticing how our anchors appear all on their own to hold our attention. It might be the feeling of your clothing sitting gently against the skin. And maybe feeling a movement of that clothing moving alongside the rhythm of the breath somewhere on the body. As each moment develops, just allowing your awareness to be wide. And also taking a moment to notice the thoughts and emotions, the feeling tone underlying our experience today. And just noticing with kindness, with acceptance. Might have a busy mind, might have a calm and attentive mind. Every moment is different. And with our wide open awareness, sensing into all the spaces around the anchors. So the space around the thoughts that are coming and going. Maybe the pauses between the breath. Maybe the silences between the sounds. Just noticing the space in which all of our anchors manifest. And the invitation now is to gently come back to the sensations of the body, wherever you're resting. And sensing into the weight of the body once again, feeling the pressure and gravity holding you in place. And as we begin to bring this first grounding meditation to a close, just maybe in your own time, introducing some gentle movement, maybe a roll of the shoulders, maybe a stretch. And gently open the eyes if you feel like doing so. Maybe having a sip of water and just taking a moment before we move to the next practice. And maybe just having a little stretch and shuffle around if you feel you need it, just before settling once again into stillness. And the invitation for this practice, which is going to be a practice around the elements, and the elements both in our outer world and our inner world, and how they're all connected. So the invitation, it's quite a nice practice to do lying down if that's available to you. But if not, then just make yourselves as comfortable as possible. And allowing the eyes to gently close if that feels okay. Otherwise, you can gently lower your gaze to a point in front of you, whatever you prefer right now. And just take a moment here to settle once again into your chosen posture. Feeling the weight of the body once again on the surface beneath. And taking a moment to notice the movement of the breath in the body. Just allowing the gentle in-breath and the out-breath to soothe you back into your meditation. And this practice is going to focus around the elements of earth, water, fire, and air, the building blocks of life, both in the natural world, our physical landscapes, and also internally, in our physical bodies and our thoughts and our emotions. And we're also going to contemplate an extra element. In India and some other Eastern cultures, the element of ether is also included. And ether relates to the space in which all the other elements manifest, in which they all occur, the space in which they exist. And so for this practice, we're going to gently explore each of the elements in turn, both in the outer world, out in nature, out in the landscapes, and in the inner world. And we're going to begin by looking at the earth element. And just beginning to bring to mind the earth element in our outer world, how that conjures up for you. Maybe focusing on the physical landscapes that we see around us, the rolling hills, majestic mountain ranges, covered in greenery, covered in snow. And beautiful green valleys. And all the minerals that go into making up these landscapes, the rocks and the soil, the sand. And just visualizing these earthy landscapes and sensing into the earthy qualities. And then moving into our inner world, how does the earth element manifest in our bodies? Maybe as all the hard and dense parts that hold us together. So taking a moment to sense into the bones, our skeletal frame, and strength and sturdiness that they offer us. And also our teeth, our fingernails, all the solid parts of our being. And sensing into these parts of the body, wherever feels right for you. So the bones in the legs, the hips, arms, the skull. And taking a moment to explore the earthy qualities of our emotions. So the earth element helps us to feel grounded to the earth, to feel stability. It provokes calm. So just feeling our feet on the floor invokes the earth element of groundedness. And as we let go of the earth element, we're going to move on to the water element. I'm beginning to explore the water element in our outer world, in nature. And sensing into the vast oceans that surround the planet, the depths of the oceans, the currents that run through it. And into the rivers and the streams that run into the oceans. Flowing through the landscape, through the earth. And also the rain that falls over the landscape, and the mist, and the snow and the ice. Just taking a moment to visualize these landscape of water. And then moving our experience to the inner world, into our bodies, and how water materializes. So the blood flowing through our veins, and the gastric fluids and the urine. So much of our bodies are made up of water, of liquid, flowing and keeping us healthy. Just sensing into all this liquid form in the body if you can. And then taking a moment to sense into the water element of our emotions. So the water element represents a softness to our emotions, a flow, a sense of relaxation, a sense of gentleness, a sense of rhythm, maybe. And then gently allowing ourselves to let go of the element of water as we move on to the element of fire. And taking a moment here to think of the fire element in our outer world, in our landscape, the heat and the energy around the world. The warmth and light that surrounds us in the world. Open fires in the hearth. And then the heat of the earth itself, the lava that flows under the crust, and the volcanoes that surround the earth, full of energy. And sensing into the element of fire in our natural landscape. And then beginning to turn our attention inward to our inner world. And sensing into the warmth and the energy of the body. You're warm-blooded. And the heat of the body. Sensing into any areas right now where the body feels warmth, feels energy. And sensing into the fire element in our emotions, our passion, our confidence, our determination, sense of direction, a type of strength. And as we release the fire element, moving on to the air element. And taking a moment to bring to mind the air element in our natural landscape. So the air and the wind that surrounds the earth, the air through which we breathe, the wind that rustles the leaves in the trees and the grass. Maybe noticing the clouds in the sky being blown across by the wind. And then beginning to sense internally into the body. And noticing where we feel the air element. Feeling the air that we breathe coming in through the nostrils. Feeling the lungs. And sensing into the gentle ebb and flow, the soothing rhythm of the breath. Connecting with the element of air. And then emotionally, thinking of the emotions that the element of air represents. maybe a sense of freedom, an openness to change. A sense of letting things be. Letting go of the element of air. I'm going to move on to the fifth element, ether, or the space in which all the other elements manifest and exist. So in the outer world, it's the space that surrounds the mountains and the hills, the volcanoes, the rivers, the oceans, and the space in which the wind can blow. And as we move into the inner world, the ether or space is the space within us that allows us to pay attention and observe when we're sitting in meditation. The space in which we observe our thoughts, and the silence in which sounds emerge. The pauses between the breaths. And the space of our open awareness. And just sensing into that open awareness, almost like a clear blue, boundless sky. And emotionally, the ether is a sense of stillness and serenity. A sense of just being here, where no judgments, no criticisms are allowed. And just taking a few moments here to maybe reflect on each of the elements and how they manifested for you in this practice, whether one spoke to you more than another. And reflecting on the interconnectedness of the elements in our outer world and in our inner world, and how we're so connected to nature and the earth through these building blocks of life. Before we begin this meditation to its end, I'm just going to read a poem. Remember who you are, not the shape others have put on you, not the story they handed you, not the lies or needs that were pressed into your psyche, not even your own imagined ideas of what you should be, but the real you, the wild, innate you that is breathing under all those should-bes, all those untruths. Remember the feel of it, the shape of it. Let it inhabit you, like golden weeds rewilding the concrete. So just allowing your awareness to come back to the sensations in the body. Feeling the weight of the body wherever you can notice it most right now. Whether it's through the feet on the floor or the sit bones in the chair, or even the weight of the head resting on the shoulders. Just feeling gravity holding you, supporting you in place. And as we begin to bring this meditation to its close, just introducing some gentle movement, maybe having a stretch, whatever you need right now. You might like to lower your chin to your chest before opening your eyes.